Titles.
And let me give a shout out to my buddy Donnie Marlowe this morning. Antioch Cemetery is having a decoration day this Saturday.
Right.
Saturday. And don't forget Zach's yard sale is going on this weekend.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday. Rain or shine, come on out. Zach's house.
Where's Zach's house?
Right across from Piney Chapel.
Tractors.
Is it Wilson? What road is that?
Wilson, Nelson.
Nelson Road. Nelson Road. Yeah, Nelson.
There it is.
Dee Lauderdale up here this morning. Dee keeps us on the straight and narrow going. Don't forget Dee's book. I got it right here.
Pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot.
Is this your first and only book?
Yes, first and only. I'm working on 2 others right now.
Well, it is. You have some good information, but today you're talking about
making good decisions.
Now, how do we know when we've made a bad one?
Oh, you know.
I think that's pretty easy, isn't it?
Well, after 2 or 3 years being married to them, then paying them all, I figured I made a bad one. But
well, you know, it's usually always the results, right, that you figure out that you made a bad decision.
And sometimes it don't take long.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you don't ever find out until after the fact.
Now, are you talking about business decision, or are you talking about personal decision?
Any decision, because they all affect you, right, whether it's business or personal.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter.
Personal.
But, you know, everybody has a hard time. They say, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, how many times have you not done something because you couldn't figure out what to do, or
you
went too fast and didn't even really think about it and made a bad decision?
Now, what does that mean? You trying to tell me something?
No, I'm not trying to tell you. I mean, you know, it's your show. I'm not supposed to tell you anything, right?
I like the way you think.
No,
I'm learning.
that's all wrong.
I'm learning.
But I'm one of them impulse people. If I want it now.
I never would have thought that about you, Jim. I never would have thought. You and a buddy of mine in Georgia are so much alike you can't even imagine.
If I want something, how much is it? I'll take it.
Do you even ask how much it is?
Sometimes.
Well,
or how much the payment is?
I'll tell you what happened on a house of mine once. Tom can appreciate this.
Depends how much it is.
We had a house at Hampton Cove. We were living in Florence. I remember eating lunch, and she calls Estelle Phillips, and I've said this before. She said, Jamie, I've got an offer on your house. I said, I'll take it. How much is it? Why wait around? I'm not one of these people who like to go look at 10,000 different things of the same thing. Show me the best one you got.
Yeah.
How much it is, and I'll take it.
In a way, I'm that way on some stuff.
But I'm still paying for all that stuff I said that about,
well,
too.
That's what'll,
so go ahead.
That's what'll get you. I wish I could say I came up with this. I wish I was smart enough that I didn't, but I didn't come up with this. I heard this from a pastor 6 or 7 years ago. His name's Andy Stanley. It's Charles Stanley's son. Okay. And he did a sermon. And he said this is what he and his wife had taught their kids. He said, okay, when there's a decision, you ask, is this a wise thing to do in light of 3 things?
You better take notes.
Yeah, in light of my past experience,
okay,
in light of my current situation, and in light of my future hopes and dreams.
Well, that shouldn't count.
Oh.
My future hope and dreams, I can pay for everything I'm about to buy.
There
yeah,
you
but
go,
how do you, what happens to you 3 years from now is based on what you do right now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
I'm screwed.
Well, all I can do is work with what you got right now, Jamie. I can't go back and help you from where you were 3 or 4 years ago.
So what I do now, the decision I make now, and how I work now, is going to affect me 3 years from now.
Sadly, that's true.
You may as well go
Absolutely is. But that's good because that means you can affect it. Where do you want to be 3 years from now? Have you even thought about it?
You don't know.
More likely, I'm still going to be here. Getting people like you to come up here and tell me what I ought to have been doing 3 years ago.
But I mean, it really is. But think about it, and this is the way, like my truck's got 160,000 miles on it, and I really would like to go buy a new truck. But if I'm thinking
sure do smell good, man.
I know, don't they though?
I'm throwing you 40 Eddie Pruitt the other day, and I said, man, I need to get me a pickup. This thing's only like 50,000.
All the way home, I was like, no.
Well, the man of your stature, I mean, I'm surprised you just didn't write a check.
Dee.
You know what? Oh, yeah, and then Kyle was in here the other day. He's working over at the Nice. He said, man, we got a black Escalade. I said, I got to go use. He said, we got a black Escalade Cadillac over there. Perfect. Black, 1-year-old, 20,000 miles away.
Only 60,000. I was like, what?
Just jump.
But anyway, did you buy it?
But anyway, no, I hadn't, and here's why. Think about the 3 things I said in light of my past circumstances.
Now, what does that mean?
I've made more mistakes about buying vehicles. You cannot imagine how many vehicles I've bought in my
Yes,
life.
we could imagine.
I mean, you can't believe. So I think about, when I want this new truck, I think about, okay, what decisions did I make in the past? All right, then the next one is...
Let me stop you right there.
Okay,
Make a quick note.
okay. Make yourself a note.
No, I'm going to go back to that one.
Okay.
Mistakes you
A
made.
means a verbal note.
We were on the way to church one day, a year and a half ago, Cross Point. We're still going over to John.
Yes,
And
I remember it well.
got Maddie with us. She's like, we go by and I see this BMW convertible up on the thing down at Susky's down
Nothing
here.
wrong with my current conversion.
Oh, I said, let's go back and take a look at that car.
I said no.
Go back, take a look at it. I said, you want a new car? She said, nah, you know. Go to church, swear to goodness. Sermon was, don't impulse buy. That's John's sermon that day.
Yes, you thought it was a
Did
sign.
you get the hint?
On the way
No.
back, let me show you where this
Jamie.
is going. How's this going, Frank? On the way back, we looked at it again. I texted
Now they're
Doug
closed.
Susky, who's
They're
a church
closed
member at
on
Lindsay
Sunday.
Lane. He was in church. I said, when can you meet me at the dealership? Our
I'll
church
be
office.
there. I'll be there in
He
an
said, I'll be
hour.
there at 12:30. I said, I'll be there. Go up. I said, how much? He told me. I said, write him a check. He said, you want to drive it first? I said, no, I'll take it. Anyway, go ahead, back to you.
That's not
I can't
quite
top
how
that.
it went.
All right, that was
He
number-
said,
I can't top that.
I said, you're going to buy this car, aren't you? He said, I said, I get the checkbook out. I'm getting ready to write a check. He goes, don't you want to drive it? I said, no, I know you're already going to buy it.
After John had just
Yeah,
told
the
you.
sermon was on do not impulse buy. Well, I waited till I got out of church.
We need to have a chat about what the
Okay.
definition of impulse
So there's number one.
is.
All right, what was your second?
That's in light of your past circumstances.
So therefore, I have a nice BMW convertible that we have put less than 1,000 miles on in a year.
But it was used now.
Oh, yeah, it was used.
That makes it better.
The problem is that
you
one
didn't buy
hardly
new.
crank because the battery goes dead.
Because we don't drive it.
All right, but enough about me. Let's get back to
In
you.
light
What was
of my current circumstances.
What was number two?
In light of my current circumstances, well, the reason I don't want to buy a new truck is my oldest daughter is getting married at the end of August.
And weddings are expensive.
So it's not a good time for me to be buying a new truck.
You want to do a
Logical.
telephone?
Could we do that? You think we could raise a few dollars?
I don't know. Get on the internet and start a thing. Everybody
I mean-
else. Anytime you see somebody's had a tragedy or whatever, they get on the
That's
internet.
fun.
Next thing I know, they're raising more money than I make in a year. I'm
Well,
thinking,
this ain't a tragedy. This is a good thing, so,
yeah, you don't know yet. All right, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure this is a good. Hey, my daughter picked
he's on a roll.
well. So in light of my current circumstances,
Good.
I
After
don't.
having lunch with her grandparents yesterday, I ain't so sure about that. But anyway, what's number two?
In light of my current circumstances, I don't need to buy a truck.
Okay, I got
So
it.
the last one is
So
in
you're
light
thinking realistic.
right. So in light of my future
Smart.
hopes and dreams, what is my next in the future hopes and
That you can
dreams?
get a new truck.
No, my youngest one starts college. And so for the next 4 years, I need to be focused on getting her out of
College
school because the gift that we're trying to give her is she doesn't have to worry about paying for school or student loans and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So would I like to have a new truck? Yeah. My
You ever
truck's
thought
got
about going
160.
used?
I'm sorry?
You ever thought about going used truck?
I always buy something used. I
Oh.
can't remember the last, well, I have bought one brand new one, but usually I
You know, you
don't.
can finance them things now for 7 years.
Another
Oh
bad
my
decision.
gosh, 7-year car payment. I think
Can
I'd
you
throw up if I
imagine?
knew I had a car payment for 7 years.
No. You know, you
I
hear
just-
people
it
say,
wouldn't work.
I'm going to get a brand new car and I'm going to keep it forever. No, you're not. You're going to want a new one in 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Just buy
All right,
new.
So it just means I don't need, my truck runs fine, there's nothing wrong with it, mechanically sound.
Drive it
you
till
know,
it dies.
so I'm just going to keep driving. So that's how you make a decision.
Let's
See,
go
that's
over
why
those
you still
again.
have the Hummer.
Tom shows us a house. Let me go